So, hey, folks, welcome back again to the W4 process. This is the next step in here. We're going to talk about writing a cover letter to put on there to go with your W4 process that we're going to send in. So, Holly, welcome back to the show. And I got to say we're really grateful for you coming on here and helping everybody with this. I'm sure everyone out there is as well, and they wanted to thank you personally. So I'm just going to thank you on their behalf.
Well, let's thank Smoking Baby. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be possible.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So we thank Smoking Baby and his process and his wisdom. He told me that, he doesn't do anything else all the other people do. When he's got free time, he reads the codes. So I'm like, okay, good. So he knows what he's talking about. And this process is his and is safe and effective and quite powerful, I might add, too. Much love. So we're going to talk about the cover letter. Tell us why we need a cover letter and what's that all about.
I like to think that your cover letters are specific to you. They're individual to you. You're not mass producing the people before you. They're different. I don't like them all to be the same. Mm-hmm. I think that when we start displaying the same cover letter over and over again to the IRS, I would expect the IRS to start testing some of you. And we have seen some of that. So about the cover letter, make it your own.
Okay. So we're going to make a personalized cover letter for them. But what is the gist of what we want to say and any kind of bullet points of areas we want to hit?
Well, what I do is I tell the IRS what my good faith assessment is. Here's what it looks like. Here's what's included. Please go audit the accounts without delay and return me any funds that I am due, either in the form of a credit card and or check.
Oh, so that's the basics of it, huh?
That's it.
Wow. You can't go wrong with that. But again, say it in real words. You don't need to be legalese with all this because that's just going to make them be bored. Write it in your own letters. And, if it was me, my letters, I'm going to write, thank you so much for your service. I hope you have a blessed day. And there's nothing wrong with that and being nice to people to begin with, but they're going to see that it's personal and it'll make somebody feel a little better, even if they are an IRS agent. Okay, so
some of the lifesavers.
Yep. So on a cover letter, you would include your name and address and everything like you would normally do in a letter, and then address it directly to them. And then would you sign it the same way you signed the W-4, or does that really matter?
I only have one signature, and it's BY : my qualified endorsed signature, whatever that looks like for you, authorized representative for the represented person, done in good faith.
And you write that out every single time, and that's your personal preference?
Unless I'm conducting interstate commerce, in which it slightly varies.
Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Okay, authorized representative for the represented person, comma.
I would be representing the carrier, right? So what are you representing?
Yep, done in good faith. Well, there you go. For people who like signatures, that is a beauty. That's for sure. So you recommend with the cover letter that we send an individual cover letter for each and every W-4, or can we stuff a whole bunch of them in a box?
I'm not doing that. You guys go ahead and do whatever you want. I did one cover letter for my entire packet.
Okay, so you had a whole series of W-4 submissions from different companies for different reasons, and then the one cover letter on top of the box saying here, instead of, hey, this is a good faith assessment, you would say these are good faith assessments.
That's right.
Yeah, and then you please handle all of them. Well, that saves a lot of time and energy, I must say. On that note, I know you were talking about getting refunds for individual purchases from that one company. What was where you buy all the time?
Wish. Got a
Wish. That's right.
Return in 11 days or something. From the 7th to the 20th, however many days that is. I got the first return.
Okay.
You're not going to see that quick results no more. Now
Not
we're
anymore.
looking at, no, now you're looking at about, I think we're past 55-day mark. So you're probably looking at around 60 to 75-day returns now.
Okay. So don't expect everything immediately anymore, folks, because a lot of people are starting to do this and the IRS likes it. I think maybe that's the reason they hired so many more agents, is because there's so many more people doing the assessments like this. So they're like hurrying up to collect their cash. Um, just a thought. See, I wanted to ask you too, for each one of those, you do a W-4 on each and every transaction, or you just had the list, like your statement, and just put it in there and then they went through each transaction?
Each corporation.
Okay, so each corporation will get one W-4, and then all of their whatever's on your statement will be attached, and they'll go through that. So you don't have to do a W-4 for each and every transaction, just each corporation. Okay.
Even if you have several accounts open at one corporation, say for example, Wells Fargo, you have the checking account, you have the savings account, you have the business account, you have the credit card account, you have the mortgage side. That's 5 different accounts, one W-4 sandwich.
For that corporation. All right, that is good information to know as well. Now, I know some people in addition to you that are having success. One friend of ours who's very diligent with all this and has followed you from the beginning, just started getting the refunds today, as a matter of fact. So from Amazon, we did the Amazon card, sent in, they had, I think, 6 years of statements. And so they kind of made a good faith assessment for the months before that, sent it back, and all of a sudden today, refund, 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 refund. You bought this, refund, you bought that, refund, you bought that. And they were very excited, to say the least. So I know it works. And I also have another friend who had some court situations straightened out because of the W-4 as well. So that leads me to this. In a cover letter, what if there's an urgency? Because this individual had a court date, which was actually the next week when they found out about this, FedEx the package to the IRS, and then literally from that Friday to that Thursday, the court case was dismissed. So we're trying to figure out if that was in fact the W-4 process and their assessment, and they didn't want to be responsible for that or pay any taxes or give them the benefits that they owe, because they're an employee, they need paid time off, they need, what's the retirement package, they need all those things. What is your thought on that?
There's no such thing as a coincidence. A very smart chancellor told me that in Tennessee a long time ago. There's no such thing as a coincidence.
Okay, I was just wondering if that was the catalyst for it, or if there was just happened to be something else. So I'm thinking it was probably the W-4. But what would you put on there if it's urgent? Let's say you did have something which was a week away, and you needed the IRS not to take 55 days. Could you put an urgent sticker on it in some way?
Sure, make it your own. Yes.
Okay.
Rush delivery, urgent.
Okay.
Whatever. Mm-hmm.
So in your cover letter, you could write urgent, print it out in big red letters, and then tell them, give them little caveats of why it might be urgent for whatever reason, and then, pray over it, and then it'll go. So that's pretty exciting. The cover letter is pretty simple. Then key factors, make it your own. Be a specific, good faith assessment. Please do an audit. Here's you can either send me a check, send me a debit card, or do you recommend
not a debit, credit?
Oh, a credit card, excuse me. So send me a check, send me a credit card with that amount on it, or send me. Do you recommend putting your bank account number and saying deposit it in there, or no?
No.
Okay, so we don't even put the bank account. Please send me a check for any funds that are available, or a credit card with that amount on it. So that's the gist of it. All right. Again, make it your own, make it personal. So not everybody's sending the same robot letter. That's a real key. So thank you so much for that, Holly. That is it for this particular show, and we'll catch up with you a little bit on the next show. You guys have a blessed day.